So, I want to enlighten you on how just simply being associated with the wrong person can stop your blessings in real time. Simply by just being associated with the wrong person. So this particular weekend, I was going to Dallas. I think I had some business to handle down there. And I normally just hop on the freeway that's closer to my house. But this particular day, I did not take that route. I went another direction. And in passing, I was at the red light and I just happened to look up. And I seen this young lady holding the sign. So I blew my horn and I called her to come to me. And I asked her if she had Cash App. She was like, no, but she got Apple Pay, which led her to give me her phone number. So she gave me her phone number. I sent her $15 and I was just like, God bless you. And as I'm riding, something was just like, do more. Like, do more. And so I thought, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use my platform and my influence to raise her more money. So I asked her, I said, is it okay if I post your phone number on my social media? I got somewhat of a following, and I'm sure I could help you out a little bit more. And she said, yeah. So I went on and I typed this little message of the encounter or the interaction that I had with this young lady that I happened to see in passing. And my OnlyFans is $10. So I said, for everyone who who Apple pays this phone number $5 and send me proof, I'll give them a free month subscription to my OnlyFans. $5 was just coming. $5 was just coming. I even had some people send her $20. I even had some people send her $15. I text everybody in my phone that rocks with me, family, friends, anybody who rock with me. I just said, send this number $5. Just send this number $5. No questions asked. I even had people sending her words of inspiration just off of the strength of who I am. Just pouring into her, pouring life into her. I even had another homie, shout out to Kyle Levine, who seen my post and he posted it or retweeted it on his page. She collected about $300. But before then, she hit me and said, if your people start receiving messages, just tell them to ignore it. I'm like, what? She was like, my girl mad because I won't give her no money, and she seen the messages, or I showed her that people were sending. And then I'm like, well, in my mind, how would she get their phone number? She must have to have your phone in order to get their phone number. And I said, if you didn't plan on giving her anything, why did you even share your blessing with her? Why did you even enlighten her about what happened? What was your point of that? And so the girlfriend actually did start texting my people. And my people like, what you got going on? I instantly went and deleted the post. I talked to her a few days after, but I told her, I don't rock like that. I don't do the drama. I don't do the mess. And people who rock with me did this off the strength of me. And I had to tell her, you're hanging with the wrong person. And God is going to continue to give you a blessing and take it away from you until you remove yourself from around the people who are not supposed to be around you. He's going to show you that I will bless you, but I'm also take it. And that was a lesson that she had to learn. That was a lesson that she had to learn in that moment. And, I could have put that same $300 in my pocket, but because I'm a selfless giver and I can use whatever the world deems as inappropriate, I can still use it for the greater good of somebody else. And I did that for you. Don't know your story, didn't care to know your story. I just see somebody out there struggling and they need help. But because you are tied to the wrong person, your blessing stopped. You know how much money she could have raised, or I could have helped her garner. The people who rock with me that are even higher than me when it comes to this following and supporters that we have, she probably would have got $600-700. But simply because you're tied to the wrong person, you're not going to amount to anything. And your blessings are going to continue to be stopped. Because, yes, you are deserving of the blessing, but the person that you are tied with doesn't. So God is not going to give you something if someone who has not yet reaped what they've sowed in life is going to benefit from it. You don't get to give them anything that God gives you based off of who you are in this world. So he's going to show you that he's going to give it to you, and he's going to show you that he's going to take it away. And then I start to learn more things after I I took the post down, and she was so apologetic, and she was like, she hate that she allowed this to happen. And I was like, yeah, it's just a part of life. And after that, she texted me and was like, could you do me a favor? This is after you already collected about $300. She said, could you do me a favor? And I'm like, what's up? She was like, could you give me $15 to get my ID? I said, the money that you got, you didn't go get your ID? The money that you received, you didn't think to get your ID. And I knew then that was a lost cause for me. Sometimes you got to know when to hold and when to fold when it comes to you also helping people. So this was also a lesson for me. I'm taught even when I am the gift. I'm still taught. Even when I am the blessing to someone else, I still learn a lesson in it myself. It also taught me, Donovan, remember that if you associate yourself with the wrong person, I'm not going to bless you. And it also taught me when to remove myself when I am no longer supposed to be of service to that particular individual. I learned some valuable things in that as well. And though I already knew these things, it's just a reminder. Just to keep me sharp, it's just a reminder. So I say this to you. You are where you are sometimes because you're just guilty by association. You can't get to where you need to be because you're simply guilty by association. The same way your friend went in that store to steal and you didn't know she was going in there to steal, but you took her to that store, they feel as if you knew. And that's how God operates. You know this person ain't no good. You know it. So why are you associated or why are you connected with them when you are not even that person? So no, you don't get my blessing. Simply because you knew better. And this ties into something more deeper. When I had the movie night the other night with my brothers and we had a conversation, and I said, if I was aware of the wrongdoings that either of you all were committing to your spouse, I would simply cut you off. I would simply cut you off because that's also guilty by association when I know that you're doing wrong. And I'm complicit to your wrongdoings. God operates that way. Oh, you're going to be tied to them and you know that they doing X, Y, and Z. Sometimes they leave unscathed. And sometimes you are the one that happens to have to pay for what they've done, just to teach you the greater lesson when you are supposed to serve or when you are someone who's close to him as you're supposed to be. Be mindful. So, I'll say this to you in closing. You cannot help someone who's committed to staying stuck. Growth starts when they decide to try. I hope you receive this in a way it definitely was intended to be delivered. I love you.